Welcome to the Fabric Corner here at the Madcap Cottage HQ. We have Weenie running around, buzzing about as usual, but I wanted to walk you all through some of the fabrics. All of the fabrics, all of our prints are printed domestically. They are custom colored. You can do them any color under the sun. It's a quick turnaround. So if you're looking for one of the Madcap Cottage fabrics, be sure to email us at hello@madcapcottage.com and we'll get right back to you. But again, printed domestically in any colorway. So every fabric that we do here at Madcap Cottage begins with a sketch. And here's a sketch of John painting away with his watercolors and apparently maybe a sarsaparilla or something. He does these beautiful watercolors. And the idea with all of our fabrics is they are packed with prints, pattern, and color, but they all work together, but they should all feel hand-touched and special. Nothing feels mechanical. So even though they're beautifully priced, everything feels like it's a one-off. So let's go to our first fabric. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about this. This is Rousham. This is in the strawberry colorway. Rousham is an amazing estate outside of Oxford in England. It's been the same family since the 17th century. And is famous for its gardens designed by William Kent. And John and I were there on a rainy day. We were wandering around and it was rainy and beautiful. And this is the walled garden at Rousham, which is again outside of Oxford in England, and it was rainy and we just wanted to capture. John pulled out his sketchbook and started sketching all of the flowers that were kissed with dew and rain, and this is what we came up with. So Rousham is available in a couple of different colorways. Again, the strawberry, the cucumber, we have a moodier version, which is Cove, and then we have this great one that I love called Marrakesh Green. When you're in Marrakesh, you see this green color show up, and it's such a vibrant color in the light, and we wanted to capture that. The next pattern we're going to talk about is Windsor Park. And Windsor Park was inspired by the Duchess of Windsor. Here she is with the Duke of Windsor in their Paris home with all of their great little pugs. And I don't have a picture of it, but it was inspired by an amazing skirt that the Duchess of Windsor wore, designed by Mark Bohan, who was a designer for Christian Dior. And John might be coming in a minute with a picture of the skirt, but it comes in these two beautiful colorways, this kind of indigo, and again, that Marrakesh green, just stunning. But it was inspired again by a skirt that the Duchess of Windsor wore. Next, we come to Cruel Summer. Again, all hand painted and special. And John and I love collecting vintage and antique textiles. So we're inspired by that kind of great crewel work that's such an English tradition of needlepoint. And we wanted to capture that in a fresh, fun sort of way. We also have a real passion for strawberries and lemons, but we wanted to do it in a way that didn't feel too kind of kitcheny or too kind of cafe, curtainy kind of thing. So we were inspired by a vintage textile of strawberries. And it's just beautiful. And this is one of our best-selling fabrics. And you can do this in any colorway. It comes in some great colors. And of course, we named it Cruel Summer, C-R-E-W-E-L, because we're children of the 80s. And we named it after Bananarama, their classic song, Cruel Summer. So there we go. And the backstory behind Mirador Morn, we have a passion for geraniums. And we were at Home Depot one day, and you know there's a section at Home Depot where the flowers don't get watered, and the geraniums were all not being watered, so they look like they were dying. So we said we need to celebrate geraniums, and then a couple months later, Gucci came out with their geranium pattern at a much higher price point. But this is our celebration of geraniums, and we called it Mirador Morn because we're huge fans of Nancy Lancaster, who was one of the classic Anglo-American designers who really gave us our notion of what the English country house looks like. And her home in Virginia, where she grew up, is called Mirador. So this is a celebration of Nancy Lancaster. And again, you can find this at Gucci. Beautiful colorways. You also see some, it's not just geraniums, there's some fuchsias in there, really fun. And John, why don't you come in and show us that picture, or Heather, follow me to John's little sketching area, and we will see the Duchess of Windsor's skirt that inspired Windsor Park. Isn't that beautiful? So you can see all those little details. It's kind of almost a Japanese woodblock print, quilted. We love quilting, but this was the starting point for Windsor Park, and that's why we called it Windsor Park. Beautiful. Let's go back to our fabric corner here. And next up is Lake Agawam. And Lake Agawam is a beautiful lake that's in Southampton, in the Hamptons in New York. It's right at the edge of town. And John and I were invited to someone's home one weekend, and we loved the water lilies and the birds floating about, but we wanted to give it a little bit of a Palm Springs feel also. So it had a little bit of a mid-century modern quality, and we're obsessed with Sunnylands, which is the estate of the Annenberg media tycoons, which is in Rancho Mirage, and you can go tour it. Amazing home designed by Billy Haynes, and it mixes kind of mid-century with beautiful artwork. So you have Monets and water lilies and all those kind of things. So we capture that spirit in Lake Agawam, and here it is in this beautiful green, a moodier version, and this even moodier version here. And we've seen this work beautifully in environments very modern. We've seen it in bathrooms. It's also wallpaper with York, but that's the backstory there. So that's Lake Agawam, again, inspired by both the Hamptons and Palm Springs, works in any environment. And finally today, we're going to talk about Bermuda Bay, which has done really well, which is almost a palmy, frondy, great fabric, works in tropical situations. We've seen it used in country homes, mountain escapes, and that was very much inspired by the Beverly Hills Hotel. There's the famous wallpaper at the Beverly Hills Hotel that we all know, and this is kind of our loose interpretation of that. Lots of palms. We did it in an oyster colorway as well, and we did it in a beautiful indigo. But this is that nod to that relaxed, easy LA lifestyle, and we just love that idea of kind of those traveler's palms, just really special and fun. So again, everything here at Madcap Cottage, it all starts with a sketch. It all begins with a sketch, and that's kind of our new tagline. John paints and sketches everything. All of our prints are created domestically here in North Carolina, which we love. We try and make as much product in America as we can, and available in any colorway. And if you're looking for more information about any of these fabrics, reach out to us at hello@madcapcottage.com. Thanks for joining us.